All right, folks, we are back. We did a rerun last week, old episode where you got to hear me smoke a little bit of God's green herb, so to speak. I got a little bit high, had a great time. And will that happen again in the future? I don't know. TBD. Anyway, just me and Leighton this week. We are about to have some really fun guests on the show, old friends and new. Stay tuned for that. And of course, patreon.com/Leighton Night is where you can go to support the show. Every week you get video episode and an ad-free episode at any tier. $5 a month or more gets you mini episodes. And this week, Leighton and I are playing a very fun web game called Catfishing, which is a Wikipedia-based game. Anyway, enjoy the show. Always happy to be back talking to Leighton, and have fun.
Well, Brian, I know you had a topic, and I know you're raring to go on it, so pop off.
That's right. I'd like to hear, what are your least controversial takes?
Oh, my God. My least controversial.
Yeah, and I'm basing this on, I listened to the Good One podcast, and they tried to segment, so Zach Galifianakis was a guest, and they tried a segment called Cold Takes. I was like, this is an interesting... I wonder if this would be an interesting thing to talk about. What is the most boring, like, middle of the road, no one's going to be mad about it, take?
The Sopranos is a great show.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Nobody likes ads except for your child.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she loves them. Can't get enough. So, I have a story about my child, in fact.
Oh, well, what are your coldest takes?
Oh, let's see. Do I want to do my stuff? I don't know. What are my coldest takes? Stay off social media.
Yeah. Well, that kind of...
A thing I don't practice.
That's related to a thing that I wanted to bring up, but what's your story about your child?
Well, so I was hanging out with one Aaron Hansen recently.
Who?
Yeah, Dan's friend. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
And we were talking about what I exclusively hear referred to as TADC, aka the Amazing Digital Circus.
Oh, yeah.
If I've never heard Audrey call it by its full name. She's just like TADC this, TADC that, TADC. Why don't they call it TADC? I don't know. But
TADC's
anyway,
cute.
TADC is cute, right? It makes a little more sense. TADC is not a good initialism. Like, it's too, cumbersome.
It's almost more like it would work for maybe can I have my hands so I can do a bit. Feels like it's more like a cheer, like TADC. It's the show for you and me.
Yeah, exactly. In that context, it's fine. But to use it as an abbreviation,
I was just watching some TADC.
Yeah,
LMNOP
Yeah. So anyway, Aaron was like, when she sees the finale, let me know because I'm in it. So he voices a character in it. Kaufmo, I believe, is the character's name. I've never seen a single episode of this. All I know is my daughter and all of her friends really like it. She said she had a good day, a first day at camp yesterday, because a lot of the kids there like TADC as well, which is very sweet. It's a very tweeny thing to say. It's very cute. So I was on our gamer Discord the other day. I saw Aaron and others on, so I popped on for a hot second just to greet the gamers and say hi.
I heard.
And I was like, Aaron, Audrey saw the finale. Do you want to talk to her? And he was like, yes. So he was like, wait, but before that, make sure you ask her if she is a funny bunny. And I was like, of course. What is that? And he's like, it's a ship. Just ask her. So I believe, I don't know. Is it I'm going to say the names of characters. I don't really understand what they are. I believe it's a Jax Pomni ship.
Pomni? There's an N in the name.
There is? It's not
Yeah.
Pomni? Okay.
I'm not the expert. Your child is. I was going to guess that it was the bunny boy.
And the Pomni's like a jester type figure, I guess. Anyway, I realize how old and out of touch I sound talking about this.
We both do.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I was like, okay, let me get her. So I bring her in, and I'm like, okay, you're on with Aaron. And she was like, oh my God, really? And I was like, tell him, I was like, Aaron, do you have anything you want to ask her? Ask Audrey about TADC? And he goes, well, why don't you ask her? And I said, Audrey, are you a funny bunny? And the color dropped from her face. And she was like, hell no. And she couldn't believe I said that to Aaron. Exactly nailed it.
Wow.
It was very funny. And then they talked about TADC and Game of Verse for a little bit, because she's a big
love how much
Game of Verse fan as well.
I love how much she never remembers him, and now she remembers.
Now she remembers because he voices a character on a couple of her favorite shows.
And he's Blorbo from her shows.
Yep. And that was
sweet.
very cute. They talked for a while, about TADC and everything. It was really fun. But I was like, Audrey, you realize how cool this is, right? You're talking to a person that does a voice on your favorite show. Like, that's dad points. Come on. She's like, whatever.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, who doesn't get to do this?
It's like, who's the guest that we had that she was a huge fan of?
Mr. A Game.
Right. Yeah.
I still, we blocked her picture from that because she was too young at the time, but there is a picture that I have saved on my favorites on my phone of her when she saw him for the first time, and her brain exploded, where she's just going, it is the funniest. I love it so much because it is I forget how old she was at the time, 8, maybe 9. And just watched her face melt off when she saw him.
Yeah, I have a picture that's like the opposite of that. I wish I had it on hand. Dad, you're listening. If you have the picture, let me know. But I was terrified of mascot characters as a kid. So like Disney was hell for me. And the family went on a trip and we did one of the like dinners where they have the costumed characters in there. Yeah. But it's, first of all, I'm wearing a blazer, which is so funny for a child of like 8 or so. Like that was my sartorial choice. But it's me at the table, huddled in the corner, face beet red, crying, with Prince Charming looming over me.
And that's not in a costume. That's a well, it is a costume. It's
the
not
handsome
a
man
mascot.
Dressed up.
But you can see the skin of it's like the person. He's like dressed up in a costume though. He's not in a giant fucking chipmunk suit or
but
something.
both are bad. Both are bad. But I was not having a good time.
I have a similar story about when I was a similar age and went to Disney World, and Chip and Dale came over, and I about passed out. I believe I was eating a waffle at the time.
Yeah, I believe I was certainly having some meltdowns in the lines to go meet the costume characters. Nope. It's unnatural. I don't...
My parents knew enough after one experience. They were like, we're never taking him to see any costume character. If we see them walking around, we avoid them. Like, he's not going to go for it.
Because how is a child supposed to know? Like, it's the uncanny valley of here's a large creature.
Yep. Nothing is that shape.
With like a hand as big as your head. Just
terrible.
No. Sorry.
And they're not talking. They're just doing their thing. Yeah.
Stop slapsticking. That's terrifying to a child.
Sucks. Yeah. You have no... I mean, some kids obviously respond to it or they wouldn't keep doing it.
Yeah.
When we brought Audrey
I need the world
Disney,
to bend to what I want, and my desires are the only ones that matter. So if they scare me, it's also, not only should they not do it and they're bad for doing it, anybody who likes it is morally bad for
of course
enjoying it.
Now that's a cold take.
Sure is.
Audrey loved the costume characters when she was little.
She's certainly more like extroverted. Well, she's more well-adjusted than I was at that age, and that's an understatement.
No, but this is a good question about me. Was I well adjusted? I mean, I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Well, you're a very well adjusted adult now.
I am now, yeah, but at the time, I don't know. I mean, I was probably okay as a child. I feel like I had a rough young childhood, not for any particularly great reason, but then once I hit kind of teenagedom, I mellowed out a lot. But yeah, I it's hard for me to say. But I was scared of a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, yeah. Did you go to Disney a lot as a child?
I would.
Because it was like not that far from you.
No,
I mean,
like
it wasn't
Florida.
close.
Florida is kind of the spot. If you're in North Carolina, it's a 10-hour drive. 9 to 10 hours. Not a Disney family, but a Universal Studios. I am a big Universal Studios fan. However, the first time I went was hell on earth. I was way too young. And
Yeah, not good for young children. Definitely
every
not.
single thing was a fucking gauntlet. Even
Hold
the
on.
like,
Do I hear a knock? It shouldn't be. It's not locked. Hi, I'm on with Leighton.
Oh, hi.
Come in. Wait, hold on.
I wanted to say
Just a second. Say hi to Leighton.
Hi.
hi.
So I was eating my ice cream, right, and it has supposed to have chunks of cookie, right?
Uh-huh.
I think they let one get through, and
A whole cookie.
it has the filling.
That's really funny.
It has the filling.
Is that an Oreo?
Yeah,
That's really funny.
they let one get through.
Wow.
I was like, oh,
Congratulations.
it's a whole cookie.
You got a whole. Why didn't you give me a proper high five?
Because I have-
Because you have stuff in your hand. Oh, you have an AirPod in your hand.
Hi.
Hi.
They let an Oreo get through the cracks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait.
Hi.
Oh, I was going to say, she could tell you she made you something.
What were we talking about?
Universal.
Oh, yeah. The first time going there, I was probably like 7, but they still had the Twister Ride It Out experience, which I wrote it out to be sure, which is clinging to my dad, scream sobbing.
You play Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, God, that would be so cool. It's called the Suck Zone.
What's his character's name in Twister?
Fuck.
It's not Brent, because I'm thinking of Brant from Big Lebowski.
Right.
It's something like that, though, isn't it?
We've been desperately trying to reach you, dude.
I took another bite and look what I found.
Another cookie?
This is a different one.
What ice cream brand is
I
giving
got
full-on
another bite
cookies?
of ice cream.
That's very funny.
This is a different one. Tell her it's a different one.
She can see, hon.
This is a
She can hear
different
you.
one.
I'm very happy for you.
She's very happy for you. All right, we're recording, honey.
This is in 2 scoops of ice cream. I got 2 full Oreo.
It's amazing. You must be thrilled.
How? I swear again.
Everything's coming up, Audrey. Bye.
Bye.
Fantastic.
I don't know what Philip Seymour Hoffman's character's name is in Twister, but it was a very cool. I don't know if anybody.
Chunt.
What?
I don't know. I made it up.
Chunt?
I left my AirPod.
Oh my God.
I left my AirPod. in here.
Honey, we are recording. You did not.
Love you.
I love you. Close the door.
I give it about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Chunt. I like
Let's
that as a
look it
name.
up. I do too. Chunt Fruxton.
The Adventures of Chunt Fruxton.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. His character's name in Twister is. Oh, Dusty.
Okay.
Right.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very cool how they did the Twister Ride It Out ride because it's not a ride, it's an experience, but I've looked up like the patent drawings, which are beautiful, and also it's like the Twister is always there, it's always going, and then when they do the show, they put the fog machine into it, so it's there the whole time. And they there's a cow that flies by and an explosion.
You got to have the cow.
It's
yeah.
dumping rain, and it sucked as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Do you
And
get
then-
wet?
Yeah. And then there was like a scary Ghostbusters dance thing happening.
Ghostbusters? Like Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters?
Like Ghostbusters.
At Universal?
Ghostbusters. Universal, yeah.
Was Ghostbusters Universal?
Well, everybody
Oh.
loves it, so it
Okay.
really is. Back to the Future ride, there's a T-Rex in it, horrifying. E.T. ride, worst thing that ever happened to me.
Of course. Well, then there's the studio, there's the Jaws and all the stuff in the studio tour.
They don't have the studio tour in Florida. Yeah, that was like a revelation for me, and they don't have the Waterworld stunt show either.
We went on together.
Yes. But I only got out of the Jaws experience because it started raining, but it was just a nonstop run of absolute utter terror. And then, of course, I got a little older, and Universal is the best. The one in Florida blows away. The one here, even though it's only worth it for the studio tour and the Waterworld stunt show. That's it. Do those. Get the fuck out. Their main, most popular ride is 3 stories of escalators.
Yes. Yeah, so you can get to the overcrowded bullshit that you can't do anything in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't, as we've discussed, I can't do it. I can't do roller coasters. So Universal, I've been once. I don't know. Will I go again? I'm sure at some point. I was recently
I've been once.
Because I can't do any of the rides, and I don't want to pay $100 to walk around.
Loser.
I'm not disputing that I'm not a loser. I'm not disputing that I am a loser. I think it's slightly subjective, but I do lose more than I win. So I guess technically I'm a loser.
And everybody listening to this show, if you're a loyal listener to this show, and the show is Late Night with Brian Wecht, you know exactly what it's like to be a consistent loser in terms of most of these episodes are not winners. So I'm not calling you, listener, a loser.
This is brutal.
This is tough.
I can't believe you went down this path, because I would not have done.
I'm not calling the listener a loser. I'm calling the show.
Completely are.
I'm calling the show a
There's
loser.
no way it's going to be framed that way.
You said more losses than wins, which if you're a loyal listener to this show, you're familiar with the idea of having more losses
you're
than wins.
Digging yourself
in regards
ever deeper.
To this show.
You are really, really not helping your case here.
Welcome to Late Night with Brian Wecht. We're all losers here, and you, listener, are a winner.
That's right. Well, yeah, the moment you tuned in, you're winning. So we've had a couple here with just us, but we're going to start a parade of guests pretty soon. We have some great guests coming up. So I've been exceptionally busy for the past couple of weeks.
You have.
What with my grueling masturbation schedule, but with what? It's...
Your gruel and masturbation schedule, you just kind of afterglow with a nice big bowl of gruel.
Here's the deal. You start with lotions, and then you're like, this is too easy. And then you want something with a little more grit to it, right? And then you graduate to that, and you're like, maybe that was too much. You got to dial it back. Then you make your own.
Well, and then you're not really, are you really doing it? Are you really a master of masturbation if you haven't gotten to the belt sander phase?
Yeah, but there's a lot of ways of interpreting that. Yeah, no. I do make my own gruel, though, famously. And
Have you ever eaten gruel?
I don't even know exactly what it is. I'm assuming it's some form of like oatmeal.
Thin porridge made by boiling cereal grains like oats, wheat, or cornmeal in water or milk.
So, I mean, I've had oatmeal. Sorry,
there's a page that comes up, gruel facts for kids.
Okay, hit me. Hit us with some gruel facts.
Okay.
Yes, we are at the point in this podcast we are just reading web pages.
The history of gruel in the Americas. Different kinds of gruel. Gruel was even on the menu for third-class passengers on the famous ship Titanic on the night it sank in April 1912.
That's cool. That's a cool fact.
That is. This is
the
basically...
ungruelable Molly Brown.
This is just like a Wikipedia page, but with a robot on it.
Gruel me. Gruel me like one of your French girls.
Too cool for gruel?
Oh, I like that. That's the episode title. Right there.
We'll see if we get another one. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should have like a gruel cook-off. That's what I want to see.
That's very good.
On like a chopped or something.
Well, we can... Yes, please.
In the easy turnaround, you just do like a congee or porridge. and then it's probably great.
What if we paired it with my long desired WEC t-shirt contest? Have we talked?
Right.
We've talked about this.
We
right?
have, yes.
So for those of you just tuning into the show for the first time, which is to say nobody, someday I will have a WEC t-shirt contest, which is a contest where people show up with t-shirts with pictures of me on them. But the requirement is these t-shirts have to be bone dry. If there's even a hint of moisture on the t-shirts, you are disqualified. It is not a wet t-shirt contest. That's a different thing, and that shit's low class. We're going to have none of that. This is a dry, wecked
classy
t-shirt.
Situation.
That's extremely classy, especially when paired with our Gruel Cook Off.
The Gruel, the annual Gruel Cook Off.
/ WEC t-shirt contest.
Well, yeah, and because, with chili cook-offs, everybody always has a funny apron.
Yep, that's right.
But it's all Gruel themed.
Yeah, too cool for Gruel, right?
Yeah, but it's not who can make the best Gruel. It's who can make the worst, grueliest Gruel.
Well, I think there are different types of... Yeah, okay.
Here's what mine would be: Gruel Intentions.
Oh, that's very, very good. Yes, I was going to say we should come up with a bunch of Gruel puns for our aprons. But I was going to say, I think their worst could be, there are a lot of axes of bad, right? As any listener of the show will appreciate. There's taste, there's texture, right? There's temperature. Even there's a lot of things,
driest Gruel,
yeah, exactly.
Wettest Gruel,
yeah.
Best in show,
weirdest
chunky
color, yeah.
It's just the chunk category.
Most generally off-putting. I think you can have a lot of most inventively bad. A lot of different categories. But okay, yeah, let's do some Gruel. What do our aprons say?
Yeah.
I like Gruel Intentions. Too cool for Gruel. Gruel me outside. How about that?
Fuck.
Right? That's a good one. You like that.
Yeah, I loved that one. That's really timely.
Don't pee in the swimming Gruel.
Well, that's probably a category, peeing
Yeah.
in the swimming Gruel. Or the swimming Gruel in general.
Yeah. Gruel Babineau.
Gruel's out for summer. Cruelian operators, like Boolean.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Fuck you. That's such a Brian coded one.
Sort of. If it were good, it would be. But yeah,
Gruel me outside. How about that? That's
funny. Whoever said that deserves accolades, perhaps even kudos.
Grueling ordeal, which is what this is.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to do better than Gruel Intentions.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy
that's
with
very,
that.
very, very good. Or don't be Gruel. Like you can swap cruel and Gruel a
Pretty
lot,
easy with
right?
any.
Yeah. But what are there other cruel things?
This show, subjecting people to it.
Luckily, this won't be a long episode, folks.
Yeah, we'll continue going the rest of the time trying to find things that rhyme with Gruel. Yeah, I'm thinking about the room or outdoor area that the annual Gruel festival is held in.
It's got to be like a corporate office plaza.
There's carpet.
Right. Yeah.
Because the Gruel's getting on the carpet.
That's right. Yeah.
But just think of the smell. At least with a chili cook-off, you got
like. Yeah.
Like
oatmeal is
wet
bad,
cardboard. Right? Yeah. How do we feel about oatmeal?
I fucking hate it. Yet I went through a phase, honestly, not that long ago, a couple months ago, where I was like, we had a container of oatmeal. And it'd been sitting in the cupboard for a year. And I was like, if I don't eat this, nobody's going to eat this. So I'm going to finish this oatmeal. And it's like, it was instant oatmeal. So microwave it for 2 minutes and it's ready. And what I would do is I would make it. I would put berries and a little oat milk in it. And I would eat it.
Did you put sugar on it?
And I did not, because I didn't want added sugar. And every morning I would eat it. And I would think, this is the worst thing I've ever had. And I'm not kidding when I say one morning I did apples and like strawberries and oatmeal. I took a few bites and barfed. I straight up barfed because it was so bad. But I hate wasting food. So I was so committed to eating it that I kept eating it. And eventually, after a couple of weeks,
whoa! In 6 years, you've said some out of pocket stuff to me, but the straight up shush is new.
I know, it's my favorite.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I finished the oatmeal finally after like 2 weeks of oatmeal every day just to finish it. And do you know what the kicker on this story is?
That you had to eat oatmeal for several weeks?
No, it's that Rachel went shopping the next day and bought me more oatmeal because she was like, I saw you eating it, so I thought you'd want more. And I was like, girl, you missed the mark on this one. Thank you.
Sounds
Thank
like you got a lot.
As I say every day, first of all, I get down on one knee and I say, thank you, dear, for doing so much of the domestic work around the house. As an ally and a feminist, I appreciate your contribution to the household. And she's like, who are you? And then I realize I'm in the wrong house. And then the cops get involved and it's a whole thing.
Well, I think your first fuck up is that you didn't put an insane amount of brown sugar on the oatmeal, which is basically the only way to make it palatable.
Yeah,
why would you eat oatmeal that you don't like for weeks? Don't fucking
I don't want to throw
give
it out.
me that shit.
I don't want to throw it out. I don't live your cavalier youthful lifestyle, Leighton.
Or you make a variety of baked goods in which using the dry oatmeal is a strong choice. Some sort of
I don't like
cobbler.
oatmeal and baked goods.
You don't like eating oatmeal straight up? Make some fucking cookies and put oatmeal in it.
I don't like oatmeal cookies. Now cobbler, I'll eat a cobbler.
Bowl of oatmeal? Cookie with oatmeal in it. Which one are you fucking choosing? Oh, I know it's the bowl of oatmeal because you're an idiot and you ate them for weeks straight.
I will say the bowl of oatmeal, I can put fruit and other things that are good for me. You know.
Yeah, it sucks that you can't put other things in fucking cookies.
I don't really like brown sugar that much either, to be honest. So what else? Well, I'm sure, by the way, my nightmare in like situations where instant oatmeal would be on offer, which is to say like summer camp or whatever, would be if the only oatmeal left, like the only thing for breakfast is instant oatmeal, like literally just add the boiling water. Yeah.
Peaches and cream?
No, that one was okay, actually.
Oh, it's the cinnamon
and brown sugar one. And that one was omnipresent. And if that was left, I was in actual hell because I hate cinnamon and I hate oatmeal and I hate brown sugar. Yeah, it was hard for me. So I remember, actually, I was thinking, have we ever talked about my summer camp? I was thinking about my summer camp recently.
What, when you called your parents because somebody was smoking a cigarette?
That was different. That was on a scouting trip.
All right.
My summer camp, I thought I told the story recently about how I had a bad summer and the counselor pulled me aside. You remember this? So
yeah,
it was,
I do. We've been doing this for 6 years. You've talked about summer camp.
But what I haven't talked about is, so we would do, this camp was up in the, kind of near the Adirondacks in New York State. And there was one thing, if you went on a hiking trip, and they had these 3 to 5 day hiking and canoe trips you could do, where you went out camp and hiked around. And there was one thing that they would give you where everyone was like, fuck yeah, like every meal was kind of planned out, et cetera, et cetera. It was one thing that everyone was like, oh my God, we fucking got it. We fucking got it. Canned ham salad, which was a can with cubes of ham and ? I don't remember, presumably some kind of vegetable in it. And they would give you ham salad and saltines. I've never seen this anywhere else. I don't know if it's a New York State thing. I don't know if it was just one of those insane camp things.
Oh, I'm Brian Wecht. I hate oatmeal, but I love this canned ham salad that looks exactly like fucking oatmeal, but worse.
Have you found this is a real thing?
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of canned ham salad.
Now, you got to admit that has a southern kind of stank to it, right? Canned ham salad. That sounds like the kind of thing y'all would eat in Wilmington at a ham off.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Or a ham bake, perhaps? You can have clam bakes. Can't you have ham bakes? And if you're coastal like you were, you can have a clam ham bake.
Deviled ham.
Don't shush me. Don't do it. Bad optics. Those are terrible optics.
The worst optics I've ever seen in my life.
Amazingly bad optics.
Even worse than your eyesight, Brian Wecht.
Mm-hmm. Who said that?
That's how bad the optics are.
Mm-hmm.
These pictures are awful.
It's ham salad.
The best ham salad. And this seems like the kind of thing that children would run screaming in the opposite direction from.
People were fucking psyched. There were several things. I'm going to tell you random facts about this camp because they're occurring to me.
It sounds really interesting.
So the counselors we call them leaders, and they were like 16 and up. Once you were 16, you could be a junior counselor, and then on up at 17, you could be a full counselor. And by the way, the idea of a fucking 17-year-old being in charge of a group of 20 children is unthinkable to me now, yet I'm sure it happens regularly. No. But the exciting thing was they had a little room so at night in the cabins, as long as one of the counselor team was in there, the others could go fuck off and do whatever. They really didn't care. It was very isolated. You couldn't walk into town or anything. It was just off its own thing. So you could go to what they called Leader's Cereal, which was a little room.
SCRIA or cereal, like cereal.
So I'd never quite understood what people were talking about until I got to experience it as essentially a junior counselor. And it's CEREAL. It was a room with breakfast cereals and milk and nothing else, a bunch of folding chairs and tables, and you could go there at night, 10 o'clock at night or whatever, after the kids went to bed, and hang out and eat cereal. And this was the pinnacle of excitement.
That's like the equivalent of you can't drink beer, so we're going to have our illicit speakeasy for cereal.
Mm-hmm.
What cereal did they have?
Well, I remember they had Captain Crunch, so we'd eat Captain Crunch there. I mean, they had everything: Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, Raisin Bran, pretty much the standards, Kix. Nothing crazy, but it wasn't like they banned sugar cereal at all. Right. Quite the opposite. It's all children ate. Yeah.
All of the children got eaten.
Yeah, that's right. You still haven't watched Widow's Bay. But
no, I haven't, and I'm not going to because I don't have Apple TV Plus.
There's a great line in the okay, this isn't really a spoiler. There's a great line in the final episode where the sheriff, played by Matthew Rhys, the mayor, is talking to an old lady who, was probably in her 80s and grew up in the island. She's going through a photo album talking about her family, and she's flipping through, reminiscing about everybody, and there's a page. She goes, "Oh yeah, that was, whatever, my Uncle Elmer. He got bit by an animal and then became that animal, and then he got bit by an animal and then became that." It's
very good.
An all-time great TV line. Yeah. If you were going to be a wear blank, what kind of shape-shifting creature would you be? What would you want to transform into involuntarily?
This poses logistical problems, but my instant thought is an invertebrate or some kind of deep sea creature that doesn't have conscious thought and is simply nerve endings floating along in the darkness. Like
a sea cucumber or some such thing.
They're not floating. They're kind of on the ground. Like a
Yeah.
What are the fucked up jelly? Oh, I was talking about these the other day. I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Those are the real long babies. Yeah.
Yeah. The where you see people edit them to look like cryptids or whatever because
I'm not sure about that, but they're really long and kind of dangly.
Yeah, it might as well be that. Yeah. Sure. So that was my thought. I mean, it would pose I would be dead instantly. But with proper planning.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? If you were a were creature,
I'd want to transform into someone who's good at podcasting.
I hope that happens for you.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I'm unlikely. No, what do I think? I mean, dog seems like a good answer, but maybe a flying creature.
Yeah, like a bird for a little bit would be nice.
Owl. I think owl would be fun. Something with good eyesight would be fun.
Yeah.
So I know what that's like for once.
I mean, it's also the question of I don't know why this dog is trying to escape so bad. Even she doesn't want to be here.
Mm-hmm. We're having a great time, folks.
We are having a great time. Yeah, I don't know. I think there are a lot of this is like kindergarten level questions.
Yeah. It's still a good
Should've been
question.
What are the other kindergarten questions? What's your favorite ice cream?
Oh, are you asking me, or are you just
Yeah,
asking
I
for the
am.
questions? I like pistachio. Wait,
Fucking
no,
demented
piss.
choice.
Sorry,
Demented choice.
Not the. I forgot about the tachio.
At least
just piss.
piss makes a little bit more sense. Pistachio though, and I love pistachio, but I don't know about ice cream.
I like pistachio. I like cookies and cream. I like what else do I like? I mean, those are the big ones for me. A nice vanilla, just a plain old vanilla.
Yeah,
Like
makes
you.
sense. Like a good strawberry might be up there.
Mm-hmm.
I love a cookies and cream.
Yeah, a good strawberry is up there actually with fresh strawberries. That's a very good one.
Yeah, I just like anything with chunks in it. I don't like a straight up flavor with no
Layton,
chunks.
If you give me some ice cream, I can get you chunks in it within, I'm going to say 4 minutes. And I need 2 minutes alone and then 1 minute to prep it.
Yeah.
And then 1 minute grace period just kind of for style points.
Another kindergarten question. What's your favorite color?
I don't have a favorite color.
Fuck you. Answer the question.
I don't have a favorite color. I mean, most of what I wear.
Say a color then. Pick a color.
Fine. Invisible.
Kindergartners can do this. You have a fucking PhD.
Black. Fine. Black. I like.
That's
I
not a
mostly
color.
wear black.
You're not
Yes,
allowed
it
to
is.
pick a color.
What?
You have to pick a real color.
Fine. I'll pick a real color. What's the most obnoxious, stupid answer color I can give you? Ultraviolet. Are you happy now? Like, this is the energy you give me all the time, by the way, and I hope you're enjoying it.
No, it's not.
It absolutely
No,
is.
it is not.
You're doing it right now. No, okay. Fine. I'll pick a real color. What's my favorite? I don't know.
You
I mean,
are
honestly,
a
most of what I
51-year-old
wear-
man.
What? Yeah, but that's why I don't have a favorite color, because I'm not
You
a
have
child.
had 51 years to pick a color.
Yeah, and I said black, and you told me that wasn't a color. It absolutely is a color.
In keeping with the kindergartner question thing, they don't let you say black. You're not allowed
Fine.
to do that.
My favorite color is brat green.
All right, acceptable answer.
Yours.
Pink, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Great. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I'd like to have better vision. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, well, this is a good question. When you were little, what would you have said? So I think I would have said, honestly, probably like scientist. Yeah, I think more specifically than that. I don't know. I never thought about being a professional musician until I was in college. Definitely I thought about it, but not high school. That was never like on the table, because actually I had a band conductor in high school who said, this guy was a professional musician, not just a high school teacher, but also he was a percussionist. He played in New York a lot, like a full-time pro musician with a teaching job, a very influential figure to me. And I remember talking about this once, and he's like, look, my advice is, and I've heard other people say this about acting and other things. He's like, if you love it and you have to do it, then you do it. If you can get by not doing it, it's a bad idea to try to pursue it, because it's very hard and you'll be scraping by, Yeah. So don't do it unless it is mandatory. Now, the great irony being that I ended up as a professional musician essentially by accident, but not by accident, but by luck.
Yeah.
And I was very happy doing science, and I definitely would say that I would never want to live my life without doing music, but being a professional musician, I love doing it, and I'm grateful every day for it. But I would not, if someone said you could never do this again as a job, I'd be like, that makes sense. I mostly write dick songs. So, who am I to disagree with that? But I never had the I must do this at the expense of all other pursuits. I think mostly because I had too many interests across the board. I've never had that about any one thing. But I actually still think that's good advice in general,
Agreed.
especially for a young person who is like, I'm going to be an actor. And it's like, okay.
Also, do you want to hate the thing? Can you accept hating the thing? Because there's a very good chance that you are going to hate the thing.
That is exactly right. That's right.
Once you hit the reality of doing it.
Once you hit the reality of doing it, once you hit the reality of getting rejected all the time for the thing you love most and thought you were good at, and then you realize what it means to be perpetually at the, mercy of others' judgment, because those are the people with the money who are going to pay you to do it. What's the amazingly lucky thing about the career I've been able to carve out is that we have a fan base we have direct access to, and we're not waiting for investors or studio money. We just do a thing and then people show up for it, which is, when I was in high school, that sort of career didn't exist. There was no YouTube. There was no digital creators. That kind of direct line to fans was unheard of. Now it's possible and doable, and I have my whole life to thank for it, but it's still hard even for that.
What was did you ever have a moment where you had a weird curveball child whim to be a certain profession?
Did I? I'm trying to think. Not that I recall. There was a hot second where I really wanted to be an academic philosopher. But that was
kind of answer I'm looking for.
Yeah, because I got very into philosophy for a couple of years.
That makes sense.
And I didn't love the tone there, but that's fine. I'm very glad I didn't, because it's a tough field as an academic. I still think it's fucking cool, and there's a lot of interesting shit. I think scientists who are dismissive of philosophy are ignorant of it, essentially. But
I thought it was the thing that white guys made up.
We can talk about that. That's an interesting perspective. As an ally, I support your perspective on this.
Yes, and I would like to be very clear that this is my deeply held belief that I'm expressing right now, and I'm not being mocking towards other people who hold that belief.
Of course. But yeah, it's philosophy's cool. I'm glad I never actually pursued it as a profession or, as a doctorate or something like that. It seems very, very hard to do well, even harder than, the kind of science I did.
Which is also made up.
Which is also made up by me, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody thank Brian for physics.
Hey, you're welcome. I put more physics into the world. You can directly thank me for more physics. And then people used my physics to make more physics. So you're extra welcome.
Cool.
That's right. Yeah, my stuff's still getting cited. I checked the other day. People are still using my results to do stuff. Now, whether anyone cares about that stuff is a whole question, but isn't that all of academics?
It's true. It's true.
I don't know. Yeah. But what about you? Did you have a weird childhood whim? Did you always want to be an artist? Do you want to be an artist right now?
No.
Do you want to do anything right now?
No. The youngest was probably I wanted to be a trainer at SeaWorld / marine biologist.
Yep.
Because, there's horse girls, dragon girls, wolf girls, and then the lesser known species, dolphin girls, of which I was one.
Absolutely.
That I wanted to be...
I think a lot of kids go through a marine biologist phase because it's fucking cool.
The ocean's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Fashion designer was in there. Then culinary, I wanted to be a pastry chef for a long time. Then it was neuroscience, and then graphic design. Because
neuroscience yes, that was a thing for me too. Neuroscience, absolutely, brain surgeon kind of thing.
Yeah, all the things I just said would have gone really great for me.
Not really the way your brain works for neuroscience.
No, or really any of the. I only got.
Why not pastry chef? What would be wrong with pastry chef for you? Apart from the grueling realities of doing it, but I think your brain. You have a fine pastry chef brain, I think.
Yeah, I guess that would probably be the most
drippy,
realistic.
gooey little monstrosities.
That was probably the most realistic one on the list, and I only got dissuaded from graphic design because we had to do an 8th grade go shadow somebody locally who does this, and I went to a graphic design office and experienced one day there and was like, nope.
Really? What happened? Tell the story.
I mean, there really isn't much of a story. I was excited to be around adults, but I was laboring under the delusion that it would be a whole lot of drawing. And it was not. Also, they were doing assets for Amway, which as a middle schooler, I did not have the cultural context of Amway. But yeah, it was just like, yep, we look through these stock photos and then we put them and we print them and the client picks the one that they like. It was a really high octane thing, but
it was a very like corporate kind of office.
Very corporate, yeah. So that was the end of that, because I really loved the, once I finally started moving into the like, maybe I would like to do art thing, which didn't happen until pretty late. It was always like nobody makes money doing that. You should learn how to do medical textbook illustration. That's how you would make money.
Seems kind of up your alley.
Yes, it does, but that's an insane thing to say. You're not going to make it as an illustrator. Do this niche thing that's been completely replaced and that you would not get work.
How about
doing.
Typesetting? Yeah.
Typesetting would be pretty sick.
It would be pretty sick, but you can't really make a living at it.
No,
that's my point.
It would be fun as a hobby. No, game developer was never on the list. I've always loved games, but because I was like, that's not real. I can't do that. So.
Well, it was well, I guess not. When you were a kid, it was real. When I mean, what the fuck is an indie game developer? I guess those were happening sort of when I was a child, but not the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, the tools were much harder to get access to.
Yeah, and I guess I have always liked writing and wanted to write something. So, we ended up here anyway.
Yeah.
So that was my arc. What other kindergarten questions do we have?
Favorite animal?
Ooh.
Which is kind of related to what would you want to turn into, I guess.
mean, there's a difference between favorite animal and what you would want to be for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, favorite extant animal. You can't just say dinosaur, I guess.
I wasn't going to say dinosaur.
I'm not saying
I was
you
going
were,
to say dinosaur.
But like a currently existing animal in the world. Audrey has a very simple answer to this, which is pig. Kid loves pigs.
She does. I asked her to pick the emojis that would go next to her name in my phone, and she immediately picked pig. So, let's see. I'm going to guess for you. We may or may not have had this conversation before, but for you, Brian, I guess your favorite animal is an octopus.
That is a good answer. It certainly was for a hot second. I think of the cephalopods, I am more a cuttlefish guy.
I agree.
Now
Cuttlefish is maybe one of my polls.
Giant squid, of course, giant/colossal squid, one of those. Very good. Also, any horrifying deep sea creature like an angler or something like that is a no-brainer. Vampire squid, very good. Yeah. Vampire squid or Dumbo octopus, one of those is a solid choice. In terms of land creatures, I don't know. Like, I guess this is kind of half and half, but a walrus, like a big old disgusting walrus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, they're so bleh, which I like. I appreciate.
Similarly, I think manatee is up there for me.
Yeah, I like any creature that is large and in charge and doesn't fucking care, like a big old elephant seal or something that's constantly going
and just like laying around.
Yep, and there's nothing anyone can do about it except be like, holy shit, look at that thing. And then it's just like, laying on a car or whatever, and there's nothing anyone can do. I appreciate that energy.
Did you have any like little kid fixation on an animal? You know how that is when you're a child.
On my dog, I did. Yes, absolutely. I had a Karen Terrier named Truffle, and I was obsessed with this dog. Like, obsessed with this dog. Karen Terrier, for those of you who don't know, is Toto. Toto is a Karen Terrier.
Ah, yes.
Little.
Yeah, I was big into Yorkies.
Yeah. Similar, but bigger.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved Chihuahuas, dolphins, penguins, pandas. Those were like my big...
Mm-hmm. So you could be a mad scientist and combine all four into one super creature.
Yeah.
That's wet and afraid of everything. And hard to breed.
It's really basic, but now as an adult, Chihuahuas probably. Mm-hmm. They're great. They're awful beasts.
Do you have one on your lap currently?
No.
She left.
Why would I?
Yeah.
No, she's leaning. She's so unhappy. She's leaning on my wrist so hard because she tried to escape and I wouldn't let her escape. So that is where she is right now. So yeah, like cuttlefish, manatee, chihuahua.
Yeah. Good answer.
That's zone. Otters are great.
Otters
possums. How did I not say possums?
Possums are pretty solid. Now, honestly, lizards are way up there. I love one of the greatest things about living, as we've talked about in Southern California, is the preponderance of lizards, and they're just like fucking everywhere, and you go chase them and catch them. And Audrey and I run after lizards all the time, and I'd be like, Audrey, get out here! There's a giant lizard. What? It's the only thing I can say where she'll drop everything and run, and then we try to catch it together.
Aww.
So there was a I don't know, 3-4 incher on our wall the other day. And I was like, oh my God, Audrey, get out here now. And she came out, she was like, and so we got a Tupperware and tried to like corral it. We have yet to catch a really big one. We catch a lot of tiny ones, but like a real big one, they're pretty fast. Yeah. So, but I love lizards.
I was doing research on caves, and so I'm very claustrophobic, and caves are like the scariest thing in the world to me. So I was watching a bunch of like GoPro caver, irresponsible, going to die trying to get cave video, like YouTubers, where it's like it is like a horror movie watching these people go in, and they're like, I didn't bring anybody with me, and it's snowing outside, and I'm stuck in the water's
it's like
rising.
Those fucking divers where it's like, what do they call that kind of diving, which is so insane?
Like cave diving?
It's like, maybe it's just cave diving, but yeah, where like people die like literally all the time because they just get stuck in a cave somewhere.
Yeah, so I was watching a bunch of those, and tough for a million reasons, but the rocks are cool. And then when they show creatures in there, it's always like neon salamanders.
Yes, absolutely. And they're awesome.
A couple of like crawdaddies in there.
Yeah.
Lots of frogs.
When we go to New Zealand in a few weeks, we're going to go to the glowworm caves.
Exciting.
Yep.
That'll be very fun.
I'm excited. Yeah. I guess have I not talked about this on the show? Maybe I haven't. But yeah, I'm going to Australia and New Zealand with the Skeptic's Guide to the Universe. Anyway. Let's move on to segments. I have to edit this thing. But yeah, if you have, I want to hear your kindergarten questions and answers, listeners. So I'm sure we forgot some good ones in here, but let us know. Anyway, our first segment on the show is our pop culture recommendation segment. This is where you get to talk about something you've been enjoying or not. I guess you could technically you could hate watch something, I suppose, and talk about it here. The name of this segment is What's Poppin', and the theme song goes here.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Layton. Was poppin'.
What's poppin' for me? I'm gonna pop something I've probably popped and talked about, but I really haven't. I took my one foray into watching a new thing, which is I reread 11/22/63, and then I was like, I should watch the show.
I was actually watching it a couple weeks ago.
Interesting. I got to midway through episode 2, and there was a bit where he's like driving down the street and it's creepy, and then like one guy turns around and he has an eye patch and there's a music sting, and I immediately turned it off and I was like, fuck this, I hate this. I'm not doing this.
It's way too long. It's so drawn out, but I think it has some really great stuff in it.
I'm sure it does. I just can't buy James Franco as
he's Jake. Almost unwatchable.
It's an insane miscast for like, he's a great protagonist. He's a great Stephen King protagonist. He's like smart and resourceful and kind. And then James Franco is like a
dumbass. Yeah, I just don't, well, especially given what we know now, but like,
well, yeah, but
I just
within
don't
the show.
I just don't like watching him in general.
I was glad to see Chris Cooper.
Chris Cooper, always great. Bunch of other fun actors showing up.
The lady who plays Sadie, for like the 2 seconds that I saw her before I rage quit the show, I was like, okay, good casting.
She's very good,
cute.
and she has a lot to, like, she, as the show goes on, she's a major character.
Well, yeah, she's a major character in the book. I would hope so.
Right. Well, you never know.
11/22/63 is secretly not about Kennedy. It's just a love story.
I just want to follow Yellow Card Man around. That's all I care about.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's cool.
Did you finish it?
A long time ago, but I was just it came up on the algo, and I was like, oh, watch a couple scenes from it to see what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to finish it, but, you know, rereading the book, I've reread it many times, and then it makes me sob at the end every single time. So,
yeah.
Hey, if you haven't read
It's
it, read it. Anyway,
good ending.
That's not my poppin'. Yeah, is it his best ending? It might be his best ending.
You would be more the authority than I.
Yeah, that's true. What's poppin' for me is one of my favorite books of all time, The Collector by John Fowles. It hits. It's a thing that I really appreciate about it is that it seems like it's pulp. The premise seems like it's going to be pulp. Guy stalks and kidnaps a girl and keeps her in his basement. It is so completely not that, and it's one of the most like life-affirming pieces about like art and beauty, and it's also so mean. It's really great. I think like on a formal level it does something that's really interesting that I don't want to spoil, but it's just great. It's fantastic. So I highly recommend it to anybody. It's The Collector by John Fowles. That's my really exciting poppin' that I've totally never popped before.
Cool.
Brian, what's poppin'?
Well, let's see. I have a couple options here. I'm going to go with, literally just before we started recording today, I just sat down. I've been racing around all day. It's my one day home in between a lot of travel. And I opened up Netflix and I saw that they had the new-ish now Beavis and Butthead episodes.
Oh, wow.
On. I was like, there's no way this can be any good, but I am going to turn it on. Real fucking funny.
Wow.
It's Mike Judge, who generally hits pretty well. Beavis and Butthead was a very influential show for me in college. It's a mid-90s show, exactly when I literally would gather with friends to watch it. It's a perfect show for late teens, early 20s people. Certainly at the time, there's nothing else like it. And I watched a couple episodes. I was like, this is very funny. And good voice cast, who's the one episode I watched had Stephen Root and Lorraine Newman, and obviously Mike Judge does Beavis and Butthead, but I was like, I bet I should watch this. And they're watching YouTube videos and music videos and stuff now. I thought it was
I'm genuinely great. Shocked that it's good.
I the little bit I saw was very good, but I'm glad to say it. Now, someone told me there's maybe the newer episodes, they show up as middle-aged. The ones I saw, they were still kids. But I think maybe in the newer seasons, they're older. But yeah, I was substantially impressed and laughed out loud several times.
Awesome. Well, now it's time for a final segment, which is 3 parts gratitude exercise, 1 part petty grousing. The name of the segment is Peaches and Lemons, and the theme song goes right here. Peaches and Lemons. Peaches and Lemons. We will each start with a thing that is lemon, which is a minor bummer or annoyance or whatever the fuck. My lemon is that I dyed my hair because I haven't dyed it in a long time and my roots were down to here. And it looks pretty normal from the front.
Oh, no.
But I did not do...
I guess it's a little darker in the back.
And I'm not showing the back of my head. Especially, somehow I fucked it up. So there's a patch here this should have been the easiest place for me to get. And
it's hard to tell on the video, honestly.
I know it is, but also the tone is all wrong. So I didn't put as much on the bottom of my hair, which is a lot more... It still has from when I got it professionally highlighted or whatever, but this is honey blonde and then it goes to ash blonde and it's not right. So
wait, and when your hair grows, is it brown when it grows now? No, it's dark
sandy,
blonde. Yeah,
according to my driver's license. Yeah, I was a white-haired, a white blonde as a small
platinum,
child.
Yeah, as many blonde people.
Yeah, as many blonde people are. So yeah, I gotta fix this.
Kid hair. When you get a kid that's a platinum blonde, it's such a great kid hair color because you're
yeah,
it's that's a cute look for a kid.
You're gonna lose it, kid. You think you're gonna have that forever?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I see your future. This is your future. Yeah. Dyeing your hair poorly on your own. What's your lemon?
My lemon is, I guess there's 2 related ones. I've been traveling a lot, as I said, and for some reason I've had, for reasons that, because I needed to, early flights, 6 a.m. flight, 7 a.m. flight. and I flew out on Saturday and had a 6 a.m. flight. I woke up at 3, which is unimaginable. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get to the airport. This is stupid, but I'm going to get to the airport at 4:15 for a 6 p.m. flight. To check bags, didn't want to fuck with it. Got to LAX, and it was fucking packed at 4:15 a.m. on a Saturday. And I'm talking packed to the gills.
I mean, is it like World Cup stuff?
That's the only thing I can think. And I had to I potentially needed an agent to help with something because I did 1 bag online, but I actually needed 2 anyway, and it wouldn't let me do it at the kiosk. And I get to the agent assist line, which is it's outside the snake. And I was like, gee, this is it might not happen because it's creeping along. There's 2 people working. It's totally understaffed. And there's one Delta employee working there who's outside the line. I was like, hey, I have a 6 a.m. flight. Am I going to make it? And the guy goes, oh, I don't know, man. And everyone who asked this guy a question got that answer. One guy was like, hey, my daughter is flying as an unaccompanied minor. We have to see an agent. 6 a.m. flight. What can we do? And the guy's like, oh, that's a pickle, brother. And it's like, what do you do? So luckily, I am pretty savvy with airport stuff and realized that I could go to a different place and check the bags, and it was no problem for me personally. But I think a lot of people missed their flights because they were just creeping along.
That's wild.
Yeah, I really thought I was just going to get there, sail through, it'll be early in the morning, nobody will be there. It was fucked.
That's such an extra insult to injury. I got up this early to catch this early flight and it's slammed.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Yep. And I was just like, there's no fucking, I mean, I don't know. I guess people were taking early flights, but it was I have not been to the airport when it's been that busy in forever.
That's wild coming from you.
Yeah, I know. So that's my lemon.
Tough. All right. Now it's time for peaches, which are 3 things that are good or whatever. Speaking of hate watching, my first peach is that I showed our mutual friend Dr. Sleep because we have been unable to suffer through the rest of Midnight Mass, and I just needed someone else to understand. And I regretted it for most of the movie because it meant that I had to watch that movie again. And then once it did the drone shot on the way back to the Overlook, our friend had a legendary crash out that made it completely worth it. I was like, all right. We were building, he was quiet most of the movie, and then we got to that point and flipped the fuck out. Completely worth it. It was great. A very enjoyable experience.
Once again, my opinion of that movie is fine.
Yeah, I know. Everybody else has normal opinions about Mike Flanagan's stuff, and then I'm just a hater or whatever, so I'll stop talking about it because Flanagan heads get really
Look, I'm not saying I love it. I'm saying it's fine.
My second peach is that this isn't the peach. I've been trying to cut back on smoking, but I bought, thanks. I bought flavored toothpicks, which I've tried in the past.
Flavored like nicotine or just
no, they're not nicotine. They're just regular toothpicks, but they have flavoring on them. And
I mean, I don't even know what nicotine flavor means. So,
I mean, they do make nicotine toothpicks, but they have 1 billion flavors for the toothpicks, and they're birch, and they're really thick and really chewy, and they're soaked in it. So when you bite on it, there's more. They're really good. I've noticed since I started chewing them, I will get the craving for a toothpick instead of a cigarette, which is kind of
progress.
Nuts. Yeah. I have the cinnamon flavor because I like a nice tingly cinnamon, but I have other flavors coming because I want them to hurt me, and the ones that I've ordered seem like they're going to hurt me. I'm waiting on a spicy citrus and a spicy ginger. Also, you feel cool. You feel cool / like a complete total asshole.
Yep, that's right.
But they're pretty great. So I recommend those. My third peach is that I had the best banh mi of my life yesterday.
Oh, where? You must tell me. I've been looking for a good one.
Buddha Belly.
Okay. I'll look it up.
I ordered it.
Okay,
yeah,
I've been looking for a good one.
A lemongrass pork, and there was no option to not have jalapenos on it, so I was suffering.
You can't do jalapenos?
my mouth loves spicy food. The rest of my body does not. And so I was
don't put them on the rest of your body. Just put them in through your mouth. Leighton, come on here. This is like eating 101.
It's just like you're really playing with fire of like, oh, it's so good. I miss eating super spicy food. I'm about to suffer so much. But it was the bread like perfect and a little sweet.
I'm going to
and
have to
the
look this
sauce
place
on it.
up.
I also got spring rolls from them, and I thought it was just going to be like normal,
Like the goikwan, or like the the rice paper rolls, or like the fried ones.
the rice paper rolls.
Yeah, good.
I got some of those, and I thought they were going to be small. They are straight up like the size of.
Yeah, sometimes you get the real big ones. I like those.
Crazy.
But like the peanut sauce, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I am going to demolish those the moment we get off this call.
Those are real good. They
those
don't keep well though. I will say you refrigerate them, and the rice paper gets real hard.
Well, regardless,
Yeah.
I'm going to eat them. All right, those are my peaches. What are your peaches?
My peaches. Peach number one. We did, Jim Roach and I, our first ever live Go Banana Go show with just the two of us in Ann Arbor this Sunday. We performed with Flula before at Austin City Limits, but this was just the two of us, and the last week was nuts. I had my monthly Vegas show on Thursday, so I drove out there. Drove back on Friday, flew to Detroit on Saturday, rehearsed, played the show on Sunday, flew back yesterday. I'm home today, and then I go away tomorrow. But all our songs are like 45 seconds long, so we had to learn like 25 songs, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But we got through it great. We did one rehearsal. It was really fun. Saw a couple old friends. It was a great time. So that went really well, and I'm very glad we did it. It was kind of a proof of concept thing. And leading up to it, like literally that Monday, I was talking to Rachel. I was like, I am so fucked. Like, I will never pull this off. I can't learn all these songs. It was also my first time straight up singing in front of a crowd, because I sang on some songs, and to say I'm insecure about my voice is to put it mildly. I don't think I have a good voice. And
how did it feel?
It felt fine. Like, I think I did an adequate job. There's one part in the song that I don't think I did so great at, but generally the ones where I had to sing the lead, I did great. And I kept asking, I should have asked him less, but I was like, are you sure this is okay? He's like, yes, shut up, you're fine. But it is the one thing musically where I am well, it's not true. It is one of a couple things musically that I'm very insecure about. But it's the one, like, I thought I would be straight up nervous, but I really wasn't. It's just fun. There were a lot of kids there. It rained. It was an outdoor thing. We got straight up rained on, like, quite a lot. Fun. To the extent where we almost pulled the plug. We had an hour-long set, but we had a great time, and the kids were awesome. I bought a giant thing of rubber ducks and rubber chickens, was hurling them out to the crowd. Okay,
pretty great.
Yeah. Duck, chicken, take a duck. I did a thing where some woman had a umbrella because it was raining, and I was like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bounce this chicken off the umbrella, and then I want someone to catch it. And this was like, I'd say it was, I don't know, 10 yards, 15 yards to the meters, for those of you international listeners, to the umbrella. I was like, if I even get close to the umbrella, it's going to be a miracle. I bounced it right the fuck off that umbrella and into the hands of a waiting child. It was awesome.
Beautiful.
I sang, I rapped, I played the sax, I played the keyboard, I did stupid little synth solos. I screamed at the children to shut up. It was a fun time.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that
Congrats
was a lot of fun. Thanks. Actually, are all my peaches musical this week? They might be. We took Audrey to see her first opera. This is peach number 2. We went to the Magic Flute at LA Opera last Wednesday. They have this production that we had seen before where it's kind of like a German expressionist film.
I was going to say, didn't you see this recently? And it was a year ago, I assume.
No. It was like a long time ago. Maybe I talked about it a while ago, but we saw it way pre-COVID.
Oh, dear God.
I mean, before we did this podcast, for sure. I have to say, I don't know if the production changed or my memory was different or whatever, but it's a cool looking production. I hate to say this. I find Mozart operas boring.
Whoa.
I like opera a lot. These operas are not my jam. Like, there's just the first act in particular, I was just like, let's move this the fuck along. Yeah, but it's a cool looking production, and I think it is good for children to be a little bored sometimes. So
I think it's more important now than ever.
yes, I agree.
Which is why I think it's awesome that so many kids went to your company to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean that.
Yeah. But it was fun. We got to the opera, and Audrey, dressed up, and we were it's cool to be there. It was packed out too. So it was really, really fun. There was one guy who was sitting near us who was enjoying it way too much. Like, whenever anything happened, he was like, oh yeah, oh, and like a young guy dressed cool. And I was like, this dude needs to fucking leave, because he's performatively enjoying this, and I hate him.
If you were Hannibal Lecter, that guy would be toast.
He would be
That's
absolutely
straight up
toast.
a scene from Red Dragon.
No, 100% it is. Like, it was exactly the wrong way to enjoy that opera. Oh, it's like, calm down, brother. Like, I get it. You got a Mozart boner, but yeah. What? Or, bet, whatever. I don't know. Like, calm
what kids
down.
say?
Yeah. Yeah, he was young too. He wasn't like a child, but he was like a young adult. Probably close to your age.
What's your third peach?
I'll take my time with these. Thank you very much. My third peach. I don't need that from you. My third peach is I'll do one that's not music. I beat Saros, the video game, and I had a good time playing it, and I enjoyed it. And the final boss was fucking hard. But it's like the kind of thing where you beat him once, and then you could beat him again for another ending. And I did it.
How long did it take you to beat the boss?
Total time in the game is probably about 90 hours, but to beat the boss, I probably tried 20 times, something like that.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a hard boss. And you have to, it's, at the end of a whole level, and you got to get to the end, and blah, blah, blah. And then you get to you reset, and etc. But a really fun game. I liked it a lot. So those are my peaches.
Great. Well, we've done another short and extremely high energy solo before you gallivant off across the world. Yeah,
we'll have a big fun guest next week. Yeah,
we will
for sure.
And we have another. I'll say it. We have another bad book club coming up with a guest.
Yes, we do. Yep.
So thank you for bearing with us, even when we're pulling mids and fire ass mids, which I would not say this is, but comes close.
By the way, I saw people agreeing with my take on Knight's Tale.
I saw that. Yes, I'm glad you were validated.
I watched a few more scenes from that movie since we talked about it, and it's really fun. It's fucking great. Like, it is worth watching.
Wonderful.
So,
for folks who are a little Patreon curious, we played catfishing.
On the mini,
which I guess the mini will be out by the time this episode comes out.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you want to watch us eat shit for like most of it
game.
And then kind of crush it at the end, patreon.com/lateandnight.
Yep, that's right. Cool.
Great. That's a show.
That is a show, Leighton. It really, truly is. Now, do you have any final words of wisdom for the audience, or does your dog?
Maybe
what's going on with her fucking leg right there?
That's just like a thing that she does.
Look at her stupid fucking face.
Yeah, do you want to cough really loudly into the mic? Can you give us some ASMR?
It's the least ASMR I've ever heard. There you go. Okay, tap. Yeah, get those tingles. Yeah.
She doesn't like it, but she kind of looks like she's liking it.
I wouldn't say that. I really wouldn't say that.
She's desperately been trying to get off my lap this entire time. So if you needed any more reason to get on the Patreon, my dog has been very visible and active this episode.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.
Late Night is produced by Brian Wecht and Leighton Gray. Sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/LeightonNight. Follow us on Twitter at @LeightonNight, on Instagram at @Leighton_Night, or email us at leightonnight@gmail.com.